Good evening and welcome to another edition of HGP Sport. For today, I'm Jaden Samuels. Thanks for joining us. We'll start by telling you that the West Indies, chasing 289 for victory, fell short by 15 runs after putting the Australians under early pressure. Here is that story. West Indies was well in control of the game before Gale's unfortunate dismissal, but a leg before decision by the umpire, which should have been a free hit, changed the course of the match for the Caribbean side. The Aussies came under early pressure, being 4 wickets down with less than 50 runs on the board, but that pressure was released with some leg side directed deliveries, giving the Australians easy pickings to reach 288. The game started with Australia losing their top order cheaply and quickly, but Stephen Smith carved out a beautiful 73, after which Colton O'Neill took advantage of some short bowling to repair the early damage and setting up what turned out to be a winning total. He made 92. Carlos Brathwaite 3 wickets, Andre Russell 2, Sheldon Cottrell 2, and Ocean Thomas 2 wickets. In the chase, the Caribbean side did try and was well on their way to their second victory, but after Nicholas Pooran was taken in the cover for 40 and just after Shemron Hetmeyer was run out, any possible chance of victory disappeared. The Caribbean side, which was in a series of winning positions but failed to convert, will be looking to come back well against South Africa. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport. Still in cricket news.
Another bad day of cricket for the Caribbean people after the West Indies men went down to Australia in the Men's World Cup. The English women elected to bat first after the toss, and boy, were the Windies women up for a surprise when the English batting saw good execution in their batting style, with Amy Jones producing 91 and Heather Knight 94, which carried the English women to 318 for 9 of their 50 overs. In reply to the target, the women in maroon faulted, with Trinidad Nation the only batter to produce any sort of runs with a 40, as the rest of the batting scorecard looked like a tally chart. That was all thanks to Sophie Estalon and Laura Marshall, who both got 3 for 30, as they bowled the Windies women into submission for 110 all out. The Windies women will look to bounce back when they face England for the second ODI on Sunday. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Tickets for this year's 2019 CPL season are now on sale as the best cricketing talents from across the Caribbean and from around the world saddles up for the biggest party in sport. The 34-match season starts later this year, with the opening match set for September 4 and the final for October 12. Games are so far confirmed in Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Trinidad and Tobago. To coincide with the release of the schedule, CPL have made selected tickets available for sale online for this year's tournament. This includes group games in Trinidad and Jamaica. These are available online at www.cplt20.com. Meantime, Minister within the Ministry of Presidency, Ms. Simona Charles Brooms, on Wednesday presented a quantity of sports equipment to the inmates of the Timehri prison. The minister traveled to the prison to make good on her promise to the inmates and handed over the items to head of the Timehri prison, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Amisa Benjamin, on the lawns of the prison at its East Bank Demerara location. Patrick Wellerman is the new chairman of the Caribbean Regional Anti-Doping Organization. We will hear more in this report. Wellerman, the board member representative for Aruba, has been elected to serve for the next term following the 14th annual board meeting in Tortola, British Virgin Islands on June 2, 2019. Wellerman, who is also Director of Sports Development of the Aruban Olympic Committee and President of the Aruba Anti-Doping Commission, says compliance with World Anti-Doping Code will be one of his major priorities for Caribbean RADO member countries. Outgoing Chairman Dr. Adrian Lord, who did not seek re-election, thanked the body for the confidence placed in him since he took up the helm in 2005. Dr. Lord, who is the board representative for member countries Barbados, will still serve on the executive committee, having been elected as its new vice president, a role in which he is pleased to to contribute. As the World Conference is coming up in November in Poland with a new code coming into being in 2021, there will be a need for expert leadership in the region to guide our countries forward and to keep them compliant. The new chair, Patrick Wellerman, has made tremendous strides in the time he has been involved, and I think the Caribbean RADU is in very good hands. Wellerman and Lord will be joined by directors Dr. Karen Pilgrim from Guyana, who previously served this role, along with newcomers Joel Johnson from Grenada and Abraham Penn from British Virgin Islands. Meanwhile, Curaçao was also chosen as the host of the 2020 Caribbean RADU, where the organization will celebrate its 15th anniversary. Jaden Samuels, GP Sport. And finally in sport this evening, the commencement of the ExxonMobil Under-14 Schools Football Tournament will be delayed while golf will run its course. Here are the details.
ExxonMobil Under-14 School Football Tournament, which was scheduled to begin this week, has been shifted to next Saturday on account of the inclement weather. Mark Allen confirmed the news yesterday during a tournament briefing. "We want to thank all the teams for coming down. We are sorry again for the shift, but the weather has forced us," he stated. At that forum, teams were also briefed on the tournament, while persons who required special assistance from the Guyana Football Federation's technical staff made their requests. But the much-anticipated golf tournament is still on for this Saturday. It is expected to be a historic event in the calendar of the Machinery Corporation of Guyana Limited, MACORP, which is sponsoring the annual golf extravaganza, this time with a unique feature of inviting its customers to come out to participate in a meet and greet experience in the ambience of the Lusignan Golf Club. For GP Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
Do have a productive and safe evening ahead. I'm Jaden Samuels, reminding you, as always, say yes to life, yes to sport, and no to drugs. Good night.